also on Facebook. Karen showed you this link on Facebook, which I'll show you first. As she said, if you type in what color do you hear, you're going to find all of these posts. So you can click on one, and I hope my internet is strong enough. There we go. So you can see this right here. What color do you hear? Color Vowel Green Tea Week. This week is Color Vowel Green Tea Week. And this is Color Vowel Green Tea.
Hey, Laura, we can't see the pop-up, whatever has popped up.
You can't see it?
Nope.
Oh, no.
And as Laura looks around a little bit, I'll just say that Zoom settings have changed a little. It's harder to share your entire desktop now. So,
let me see if I can do that. Hold on one second. So you're still seeing the PowerPoint, correct?
Actually, you've stopped sharing.
How about this?
Now you're sharing again.
Can you guys see the B?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just have to make sure that I'm sharing the right thing. Anyway, the point on Facebook is it's still as focused. You can still click on a hashtag and see a picture, and you see Color Vowel Green Tea B, for example. Let me see if I can share this the right way. I might have to do this each time. Okay. On Instagram, this is mostly an Instagram focused campaign. So on here, can you see my Instagram? Can you guys see this page?
We are currently looking at your link still, so you'll share your page.
Okay, I have to share, hold on. So it just resets each time. It's kind of a pain, but.
Yeah. That's all right, we're all patient. It's Friday.
It is Friday. Let's see.
And we're looking at links still.
I know, it's not coming up. Let's try this one.
While Laura's looking, I'll just add, I don't know, but looking just at that picture with that bee, wasn't it beautiful? Just the beauty. I mean, I've been hanging out with Laura for several years now, and I think between her and Shirley, who's also a visual artist, hi Shirley, just focusing in on beauty. It's sort of a new way of thinking of our job as teachers, is to bring beauty to our students.
Yes, and I think we can agree that sometimes the photos in our textbooks are not quite as lovely. So this is a way to harness people's love of images and beauty and really draw them in. So on Instagram, can you see this? What color do you hear?
Yes.
Now? Okay, so here right now there's 260 posts. You can search for a hashtag up here, right? You can type in what color do you hear? It will bring you to this page, and this is all of people's posts. So you can just click on one. Let's click on this one. I wonder if it'll stop the share. Can you see the pop-up?
We see it scrolling down to other, there we go. We have a pop-up of a gray sky. Okay. Right?
Karen, if I can interrupt just for 1 second, did you see the message that I think it's Sylvia can't hear?
Yeah, I've been replying to her in private. I think we're resolved.
Great. I'll mute myself again.
Thank you though.
Okay, so you can just look through what color do you hear, find a picture on it, and you see what color do you hear. This link, if you include this in each one of your posts, it will go in the general collection. So we really want you to use two hashtags. What color do you hear? And then what are Color Vowel Brown Cow Clouds, right? Karen, what color do you hear in this picture?
I hear Color Vowel Orange Door Storm.
Or Color Vowel White Tie Light. The amazing thing is that you can say whatever you hear. And so there really isn't like a wrong answer to this, which is really great. All right, let's share this. Hold on.
You'll find when you're using your Instagram, and if you don't use Instagram yet, that would be a good little growth spurt, is to get an Instagram account. But once you start using, for example, Color Vowel Gray Day, the next time you type in Color Vowel, it'll pull up all of the tags that you've created so far for your own phone. And so it'll be easier and easier to tap on Color Vowel Blue Moon instead of typing the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, because Color Vowel A Cup of Mustard gets kind of long. All right, can everyone see this picture of the boot?
Yeah.
Okay, so what color do you hear? This is great for vocabulary discovery. Show this to your students, show this page, and let them browse just like we're doing. So this is Color Vowel Blue Moon Shoe, color vowel blue moon, boot, color vowel gray day, crazy. And how about you guys? What color do you hear with this bizarre picture? Anyone want to tell us what they hear?
Green
Let's see, is there one in
tea,
the chat?
LL Bean.
That's great. Yeah, color vowel green tea, LL Bean. Exactly. What are those shoes called, Jennifer?
I was trying to remember. Are they waders? I don't know.
Duck boots.
Duck
Boat,
boots?
they're not boat shoes. There's a name for them from LL
In
Bean. You're
LL
right.
Bean, they have a special name for them. Yeah.
I think they're called duck
Right.
boots.
Duck
That's
boots?
it.
Yes.
I see.
Duck
Yeah.
boots.
It's a
Thank
compound.
you.
A cup of mustard
right.
duck boots.
So your
Shirley
students
wrote
can go
in,
through this.
and
Yeah.
Shirley wrote in that it's olive sock bizarre.
I know. So it's nice to have pictures that are interesting that you can, say lots of different things about. So your students can go through this, and obviously they see right there that the word shoe and boot are both blue moon. So there's this learning involved where they're like, it's not shoe and boat or whatever. Helping them see this with a hashtag, they can learn the proper colors of what words are, and then they can write in and say, cup of mustard, duck boot. Karen, what?
I'm watching the chat. I'm going to point out we've got Becky Horner here who wrote in a hashtag purple shirt convert or convert, I think was probably, that's why I'm laughing. I think you're a convert. Is that right, Becky? Are you going to write back in? Becky's a convert of Instagram and the What Color Do You Hear campaign. That's all.
Let's look at another one. These were my pancakes one morning.
Uh-oh, come back and, there you go. We see it.
Just a little delay, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Color vowel black cat pancakes, right? But can you see the smiley face?
Yes. Oh, cute.
Yeah. So it's great, again, because you can do a concrete noun, something like pancakes, and then you can have other layers of language in there as well. Any other, what do you guys, what color do you hear in this picture? Karen, any chats?
Red dress breakfast.
Black
Black
cat
cat stack.
Oh, good one.
What did we hear from Liz?
Black cat happy. Did we already say
Mhm.
that?
Yeah. Exactly.
So what we're doing is
Okay, let's do a
taking
couple
just that phrase we use with the color vowel chart, black cat happy. And for the purposes of hashtagging, it has to fit exactly the established tag. So the established tags we've already been kind of putting them out there through social media, and you'll see examples like this one. Actually, Laura, you'll see her with this one. Laura's already tagged it. And so you'll see some that have the hashtag showing you color vowel rose coat crocus. And of course, this is the earlier era.
Yeah, but I've been doing these recently too. Yeah, go ahead.
That was one of the questions on Wednesday was does capitalization matter in a hashtag? No. So I could do it in all lowercase, or if I wanted to highlight the new words with a capital letter, it's all the same, right?
Right.
Exactly. When you see right in my post right here, I'm using the capital letters. And again, that's because there's 4, sometimes 5 or 6 words together. By capitalizing, I think it's easier to read, but the programming reads it the same as if it's all lowercase. So there really is no difference. These, every once in a while, I have an app on my phone that allows you to, put text over a photo. And I like having these sometimes. I think they're beautiful. And I think it's easy to see right away, and it draws you in, especially for flowers. I know a lot of ESL students don't know the names of flowers, so I like to do that one. Anything else that you guys hear with this picture besides crocus? Brown cow flower, purple shirt, purple.
Blue moon, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Silver, green tea, spring.
Mm-hmm.
Gray day stamen.
Ooh, nice one.
White tie,
Good.
vibrant.
Ooh.
Yes. Right.
Cora
so even
has
just
asked.
then we went from
Cora has asked,
Mhm.
what is the app that you use to type over your image?
It used to be called Typic, but then they started charging. Hold on a second.
Okay.
It is called it's called Add Text.
Add
Add Text.
the app or
It's just
add.
2 words. Add Text. Yeah.
Sure.
There's lots of different text writing apps like that. They're pretty easy to use and they're fun, really fun. All right, so you get the basic idea of what color do you hear. And also, I forgot at the beginning to try and use both hashtags. Again, what color do you hear puts it in the general collection. And then if you can use hashtag color vowel blue moon with the actual color vowel, that will make a separate collection. So here we're going to look at the separate collection just for color vowel blue moon. Make sure that this shares correctly. Can you guys see color vowel blue moon?
Not yet, but maybe in a sec. But as you're watching, everyone, I'll just reiterate, color vowel blue moon is the tag. And then notice that Laura leaves a space after the tag and then the word that we're identifying, because that's not part of the tag. Otherwise, the tag becomes color vowel blue moon fruit, and we're going to try to look for other things that are tagged that way, and there aren't more than 1 or 2 maybe. So,
That's
so
a
it's
little
the
bit
tag and then a
obscure.
space and then whatever word you're actually identifying.
Right, that's a good point. And that's the perfect balance between getting every post in the world and then only 2 posts. So it's a
Right.
nice balance. Here, color vowel blue moon. These are pictures that people have posted. Obviously, this one is balloon. Let's see if there's something else here, though.
Yeah, we shared the campaign with probably, I don't know, maybe a dozen close, friends and colleagues back in 2016, 17. And so a lot of these are from friends of ours in New Mexico, and as well as shots that Laura took.
Can you see this one with the 3 different hashtags?
Yes.
Color vowel blue moon, balloon, cup of mustard sunset, and gray day feeling grateful. So this is actually a really good example. I show you this more later on, but this is a great way to have a balance with multi-level students. You have an incredibly concrete noun, balloon, right? But then you have, more advanced words like sunset, and then even a phrase, feeling grateful. And so this is something that beginners and advanced students can all participate in because they're able to say what they hear. It's not just very basic concrete nouns. You can really go all different levels with this. Yeah. All right, here, color vowel blue moon fruit. We have actually, people like to photograph fruit. We have a lot of fruit, fruit entries.
Can I ask
okay, how about this one?
Sure, Liz.
Yes, go ahead.
I noticed that on that last one you had cup of mustard, and I'm sorry if you've already addressed this, but it's just those 3 words, cup of mustard, or can it just be cup mustard, or?
No, it's an established tag that is color vowel cup of mustard, and I'm typing it right there into the text.
Is it
do you have
the A or without an?
Ooh, we'd better go check our
so
tag.
we need to check.
Yeah.
We need to check our tags, but I'm pretty sure that there are lots of them with a cup and lots of them with cup. So we will resolve that and see if we can get that right.
That's right.
All right, so here another one. Color vowel green tea gazebo. Is there something else that you hear in this picture?
Oh, well, I mean, I hear blue moon music. So
hashtag
color vowel blue moon music. With a space.
Olive sock guitar. Right, in the space.
Silver.
Right. So
musician.
Musician. Good. So that would be a nice example to see blue moon music and silver pin musician, the change of form and the stress location. That'd be great. Karen, there were some more comments. Anything else there?
Sure. Let me take a look. So some of our other chat comments. Well, I'm doing too many things at once. It's coming. Hold on. All right. So we had sunny day. We have color vowel gray day, sunny day. We've got color vowel green tea serene, and white tie, color vowel white tie space bright.
Bright. Nice.
Yeah. And then of course, color vowel olive, hashtag color vowel olive sock space guitar.
Guitar.
Yes. I want to come up with the motions for all this stuff.
So for those of us who
hashtags.
don't know how to use Instagram, we can post this on, like, say, my Color Vowel page on Facebook, and if we do this hashtag thing, it will show up there.
Yes, it will.
Well, it'll show up in, is that true, Laura? If they post in My Color Vowel community, it won't show up in Instagram.
No, because my Color Vowel community is a closed community. You would have to do it on your personal page, or you could do it on the public Color Vowel chart page. So hashtags still do respect any privacy parameters that you have. So if it's in a closed group, it will not show up in the public page. I'm pretty sure.
The best way, in my opinion, and Vivian, you're here in the room, and she's a digital native, which is by way of saying she's young. But my understanding is probably the best direction to go is you have your own Instagram account. If you want to create a teaching Instagram account, one that you know you're going to share publicly with a broader audience, you might want to do that. But let's just say you're out and about and you take a picture that you love, or you see a potential picture and you open up Instagram and take your picture, tag it right then and there. And there are settings where you can push it over to your Facebook account. And so it's showing up in both places. But for student use, let's see, Vivian, Laura, others agree that Instagram is the best place to send students?
Yeah, I think so. And you just have to make sure that your account is public. So if you don't want your private account to be public, which a lot of people don't, which I personally don't, then I think it's a good idea to make a separate teaching account and then go from there, and people could go on that account to find the hashtags and the vocab. So, and then also connect it to Facebook. You can link that to Facebook and it will post from there. But you can't do it vice versa.
Exactly. Instagram goes to Facebook, but Facebook doesn't post to Instagram.
Exactly.
Right. But so many people have one or both of those accounts. And I teach adults from age 20 to 93. And, some people just don't do any social media, and this may not work for them to have an Instagram account, but so many people do. And so many people love to look at pictures and take pictures that this really does reach a lot of students. So I want to talk about some of the benefits. We've really thought about why this has worked so well. So this whole campaign is very focused yet open-ended, which is kind of hard to achieve. So when you look at those posts, you can learn new vocabulary. We put that out with a word like gazebo, and they're learning words like gazebo, and there's a wonderful illustration. They can also correct any mispronunciations. If they weren't sure how to say it, they can see that. So they're learning a little micro lesson. But then they can also reflect on what they hear, what they see. They can put their own opinion. They can bring up another vocabulary word. So it's like teaching them, correcting them, and then also giving them this opportunity for just a little tiny engagement. As I said, this is so great for different levels. Concrete nouns, desk, chair, whatever. And then for more intermediate levels, have a student look at a picture and post 2 different colors or 2 different tags, or ask them to do 3. Have them step up the game and have them put 3 different tags in there. They have to think of 3 different words and what color they are in one picture. And then for advanced levels, adjectives, emotions, textures, phrases, anything they want, how they feel when they look at it is definitely much more advanced. And all this can be together, and students can learn from what other students are seeing in a picture and what they're hearing. Other ways to engage students, how you can use this actually in your classroom. I know we're all online right now, but I'm also thinking for future too. I used to do this as a warm-up, waiting for students to come in. I would project a photo, just a regular photo, and I'd say, okay, what do you hear? And if you can see this picture, this I think is in Baltimore from TESOL. A long time ago, I believe. So you can say, okay, class, what do you hear? And then down here, you can make this list, right? Color Vowel, green tea, pier, benches, ocean, boats, whatever. You can just have this sort of brainstorming, write the words down, make sure you're underlining. You can't underline in Instagram, which is a bummer. But you can if you use this in the classroom. Do it on the board and have them put their words into their notebook. Or you can actually post a picture. You can, if it's a picture from your Instagram, you can include the hashtags that they come up with in class. So it's a nice warm up. It's really engaging. I don't know how many of you have word walls, or if people are watching this, if you do word walls with students, younger kids, if you have a word wall and you have, green tea, silver pen, you can make a separate section, which is what color do you hear? Kind of an open-ended collage, if you will. So you can post a picture, obviously not on Instagram, this is not digital. You can take a picture out of a magazine, whatever you have, put it on the wall, put a little piece of paper underneath, and allow students to actually look at the picture, engage, think of what words they see, and then write it underneath like that with a hashtag. Color Vowel Blue Moon Sushi, someone might say, and then another student might say a cup of mustard, yuck, or someone might say Color Vowel Silver Pin, delicious, right? So it allows for them to say whatever they feel about that picture. I think it's a nice way. The word walls are so focused and so organized. It would be nice to have a section that's a little bit more free. And you could do this, I don't know how often you would do this or how engaged you are in your word wall. You could even just do one a week maybe or something like that. Any of you who use word walls, do you have any thoughts about that?
Okay, we can open up the microphones. Feel free to speak. Becky mentions it's great for online learning. We can post pictures in Google Classroom and students can comment. So Laura, what are your thoughts on that as far as how many different, we're talking about Instagram and hashtags. What happens when we start posting directly to say Google Classroom?
If you put a hashtag Color Vowel Blue Moon Sushi in your Google Classroom, it's not going anywhere. But because people understand the idea of hashtags, if you want to keep that going, I don't see the harm in that. Because if they get it in their heads, Color Vowel Blue Moon with the hashtag, then when they're on Facebook or in whatever digital platform they're in, they can use hashtags and they can connect. So of course you could take the hashtag off if you're using paper, but why not keep it going?
Yeah.
And then you could also take a picture of that and then post it or something. You could connect it.
Well, and even if you don't use the hashtags, she might be, I don't know you, Rebecca, but she might be saying just like to have the class's own collection of pictures.
Right.
If you did it that way, you could also every once in a while, like once a month or something, you could, have different students. Okay, you guys are in charge of Blue Moon, so go and look at all the pictures and collect all the Blue Moon words that have been said about them. And then, you could flood them that way and have the Blue Moon Sushi, which picture is that? There's a lot of different, I love this. This is awesome.
Yeah. So it's just basically a non-digital, what color do you hear activity, which is awesome. The ability to connect it with this wealth of images and create things online is just, I think it's unusual that you can do something in the classroom and have it connect digitally so well.
That's it. If I could just have an interject for a second though. Before you go off and start going straight into, say, let's call it a room, a space where you camp a lot of beautiful photos, just keep an eye on what we're exposing you to today. That Instagram, by using Instagram and saying to students, we're going to use Instagram this semester because it's a great vocabulary development tool, for example. It allows the course and their learning to remain engaged beyond just that course or that semester. And what can happen if you park it into a place that's not searchable, then it's sort of like, remember that class I took once? We did all these cool things. I wonder where those images are. But, you can end up with, and, after we look at, we continue with Laura's slides, we can look at a couple of Instagram accounts. They're just beautiful visual inventories of whatever it is you decide to curate, almost like your curators of visual information. Okay, so keep spending time with that idea too. Laura.
And having students create their own Instagram account if they don't already, which is important, but have them follow what color do you hear? This account I just created because I was basically bombing my own personal account or the Color Vowel account with all of these pictures when I was, in a creative mode. And I realized I just needed one account that was just what color do you hear? And so this account, I'll show you in a bit. We're just getting it going, but they can follow that one account, and it's not Color Vowel workshops or register for teacher training. It's just what color do you hear? It's totally student oriented, and they can just browse that. So you can have them follow the account. And for homework, you can say, comment on 2 photos, or 5 photos. Find a photo, tell us what color do you hear. Also, you can just assign it for homework. Say, post 3 original photos of things in your house or wherever. This is like a walkabout, but with images. Use the what color do you hear hashtag and the hashtag color vowel, whatever, and have them post their own 3. So both engaging by commenting on other people's accounts and then posting their own content is a great way to get them to engage. Oops. All right, so flooding. Now you can flood with what color do you hear, but it takes a little bit of thinking first. So there's some learning first and then flooding. So if you want to work on, say, silver pin, this is what I chose. Look up color vowel, hashtag color vowel silver pin. Look at the pictures and talk with your students about what words you see. So if you want to unmute yourselves, I've got 6 pictures here. The first word, obviously, I've put the, is that called a crayon or whatever, the little title in there. Okay, so silver pin, lily. How about the second picture? What silver pin word do you hear? Don't say pepper.
Chili.
Winter.
Chili.
Right. Silver pin, chili. Good. How about the third picture over here?
Chicken.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Right. Chicken. How about down here?
Kid.
Bridge.
Fisherman. Kid.
Bridge.
Kid.
Or
Good.
kid.
You can say kid or kid on bridge or bridge. Exactly. How about the bottom middle?
Winter.
Winter. Yes. And the last one?
Sinful.
Okay. Good.
Delicious.
Anything else? Delicious is what I said. Right. So this, it takes some effort, but you can pull out the colors. You can just show them the images and say, okay, someone posted this with silver pin. Why? And then you can go back and, as a group, you can say color vowel, silver pin, lily, chili, chicken, bridge, winter, delicious, right? So it's a nice activity. It's not just going through the flooding very quickly, but it's still, it's a different way of thinking, looking at a picture and saying, okay, what silver pin word do you hear, right? Rather than just what do you hear, think of a silver pin word. So we could also change colors and see if we could find words, to draw out of these, but it's just a fun way to do it.
It was so much fun just now. Like everyone got so excited.
Yeah.
Guessing.
Well, and things like sinful, I never would have thought of that. Yeah, and kid, I totally missed kid.
Wow.
Right, exactly. Or like vacation or food or I don't know, farm, right? Okay, and so one thing that we have done in the past is classroom posters. I see by the dates we put on the bottom, one was 2015, 2016, 2017. Karen, do we still have any of these?
We still have, we never, I won't go into the publishing details, but we have Blue Moon posters. And I think all of our green tea posters are gone.
Oh, so I have them, or if you can still see me and see my screen.
You have
Yeah, they're about this big for classroom posters. And I just took pictures that I thought would really draw students in, obviously put the words on them. And I had this in my classroom for a couple different semesters, and students would just be sitting there like, just gazing at it and looking at the words and learning. And there's only 9 words in here, but it's a wonderful project.
Going to be at the door. Yeah, second.
It's a great thing to put on your classroom, but I was thinking that you can also make these. You can make this as a project with your class. This could be an individual project, or you could actually, I don't know what your tech skills are, you could print up legal size PDFs or something, right? So if you wanted, you could also do this, since we're all online, students could do this in a PowerPoint, or you're saying Google Classroom. This could be your what color do you hear presentation. Students take pictures, send, email them to themselves or whatever, put them in PowerPoint, what color do you hear? And they could either just do one whole what color do you hear, or all different colors, or you could assign students, say, Karen, you've got Blue Moon, Rebecca, you've got Silver Pin, Shirley, whatever. And then you have to come up with, depends on your level, how many images, and you put it together as a PowerPoint. It'd be beautiful. and a fun project for, awareness and vocabulary. Once we return to normal, I've done this before just on the wall of my classroom, told students that they had to bring in, I don't remember what it was, like a blue moon picture. And they all brought in a picture showing something with blue moon, and they just put a label underneath. And we walked all the way around and we had like a blue moon gallery. It was really cool. Whole class project, assign a color, have students bring in photos, make a class poster together. So same thing. You could do it all together. They could do individual, or we could have a color, what color do you hear themed week, where all the images that week are a certain color. There's just so many different things that you can do with this.
Mhm.
So what we want you guys to do is just to get involved, just to start posting. Again, if you don't have Instagram, just get an Instagram for this purpose. You don't have to share it with everyone that you know. I think one of my family members said, "Oh, I don't want my pictures to be out there for the whole world." You're in control if you want to be of who sees your pictures, but if you want your students to get involved, you should also have an account so you can model how to do this. Make sure that you do use the hashtags. Hashtag what color do you hear, and then hashtag color vowel green tea. If you forget that color vowel first part, and if you just do hashtag green tea, I've done that before, and I think they've gotten lost because, as you know, a lot of the anchor phrases like green tea, there's a lot of green tea things out there. People taking pictures of their tea, and okay, that would work. But, like green tea shampoo, or I don't know. What else would be really common? Blue moon, maybe, red pepper. So again, it's too broad. But if you suddenly put color vowel red pepper, color vowel blue moon, you're going to get a wonderfully focused set of pictures. So make sure that you model that by using the color vowel and then the color.
Can I ask a question?
Explore. Yeah, go ahead, Jennifer.
Are you guys going to combine rose coat and rose boat into one place?
I actually had a question. I'm not sure how or if that's possible. Vivian, do you know that? Because or Karen, do you know?
I was going to say, you can't go in and edit your tags, but what you can do on your own photos is simply add a comment down below in your own post and add that tag. So I've been going through and adding color vowel rose boat to all of my hashtag color vowel rose coat posts. And then I just check the hashtag, like I search it, and sure enough, my new posts are tagged correctly. But you can only tag your own post to make it searchable. If Laura goes onto my post and says, I also see color vowel red dress friends, that's neat, but it won't come up in anybody's search. Only the owner of an image can make it searchable by those tags.
Oh, so if I go on and to Blue Moon and I see something that's green tea and I add that in the comments, that picture is not going to show up in green tea.
Right. Which is kind of, at first I thought of it as a limitation, but the advantage is that our students can post their idea of what color they see, and if they're making a mistake, it's not going to mess with the algorithm and have it show up where it shouldn't. So like if they write green tea silver pin friends because they think friends is a green word, then the owner of that picture can go in and say, oh, actually, friends is color vowel red dress, that kind of thing can go on. That would be one advantage of that limitation.
So in that situation, then the teacher could ask the student, okay, so what color do you hear? Oh, it's red. Okay, so would you go and, she could ask the student then to put that note in their post, right?
Yeah.
Right. You could just continue the dialogue. So it's an discussion.
I think in the past, because we had people, putting just colors that weren't right, and we just would correct them or say, well, now we can say, check your Blue Canoe dictionary, but we just let the conversation go on, because that's learning. Of course someone looks at friends, I'm not sure why they would think it's red pepper anyway. So you can say, actually, it's color vowel red pepper friends, and then, they'll learn that. So I think that's
right,
valid.
But if it's if it's there in the bank of all the other images and it says, you know,
Yep.
silver pin friends,
Mm.
then it might, you know, potentially, if there were enough of them, it could mess up other people.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's what Karen was saying, that if you comment on my photo, it's not going to repost my photo.
Right.
And
But
yeah,
if they post their
Nice.
own with a
Oh, I
mistake
see,
in
yeah.
their own, then that's true.
We haven't had a lot of that though. We really haven't. You know, and if someone does, then you or anyone who comments on it can just say, you know, is that really silver pin for you? Because actually it's red pepper, you know, just the way we teach normally. And it's not so high stakes that if someone's super embarrassed, they can just delete it, you know, but we haven't had.
Yeah, and it's almost like any search. I was really, Laura, a couple of slides back when you curated all those silver images,
Mhm.
I think, because I'm a very much a seat by, you know, by the seat of my pants kind of teacher, I would be tempted to go straight to Instagram one day, search the hashtag color Vowel silver pin, and then ask my students, what are the silver pin words in these? But I think it is worth it to choose them carefully, because they're not all concrete nouns to start with. So you want to, you know, decide for this particular class that you want them to at least know that they're looking for something that's silver pin, and not say, trying to imagine what emotion might be silver pin. So you want to,
Right.
you know, curate your subset probably.
There's I mean, this is a wealth of material that you can pull from.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, I knew I was working with teachers, and so these things like delicious, you know, is obviously more advanced. So I did pull these specifically for you guys. So you certainly can do that, but it's just another way to engage. Yeah, Karen?
There is one thing to say. I did learn from my research about hashtags and Instagram that if something gets pulled up, and this is just so you know in general, you search color Vowel blue moon, and up comes either a picture that isn't blue moon because it's wrongly categorized, or more importantly, if it's a inappropriate image or just doesn't seem right and shouldn't have that hashtag. And, you know, I mean, color Vowel is a very specific kind of concept. You can actually report it as not this hashtag because it's a branding mechanism. And so there are times when somebody who has an account or a company will flood a picture with all kinds of hashtags just to get attention, whether or not they're actually relevant. So you can actually report and remove those tags.
Well, that's good to know, because we do keep an eye on this. And you know, you can, if you guys ever see something that's really wrong or whatever, you can let us know, and we can do that, which is great. All right, so basically I just, whoops, there we go. Just want you guys to be engaged. Also by posting, by commenting, take some time and explore like you're a learner. Search for a color, comment on photos that are already there. Maybe put more advanced, what color do you hear words on there. Share them. If you see a post on Facebook and you want to share it on your class page or whatever you have, share them, repost them to get it out there. Also be consistent. Use this what color do you hear all the time. In your classrooms, you know, show them a picture and say, what color do you hear? Even if it's not the hashtag, so they know what that means. And then you can extend it to, you know, digital, online, in class, out of class, all that kind of thing. And just have fun with it. And please let us know if you come up with another brilliant way to use this, or to use hashtags or something like that. We would love to hear about it. You guys have any other questions or comments?
Now I just need to know how to use Instagram.
So it's
all these years and I still haven't figured it out.
After you sign up for an account, you go into Instagram and there's a little button on the bottom with a little plus sign. You just click on it. You take your phone, you take a picture of your water bottle, take a picture, and then you can use your fabulous hashtags, color Vowel, olive sock, water bottle, and then you hit post and it's out there. It's really quite user-friendly. And I've had some older students actually get involved and use it because it's fun.
I'm just going to share my a couple of pages. This is my private page that I recently renamed. I didn't understand the difference between a public and a private person. And so I've been color Vowel chart for several years now. And then I realized, thanks to Vivian and Laura lately with Jennifer, we've been trying to, you know, be a little clearer about who's what. So I changed my personal to colorvowel.gal Get it? Color Vowel to gal, that kind of match. And then our public, our actual Color Vowel page is a different one, which is color.vowel. And you can see that here. Either way, this is the equivalent of when you go to Facebook and see the news, you know, what your homepage looks like, your timeline. So this is the Color Vowel timeline. It's all beautifully visual. Isn't that neat, Liz? Right?
Yes.
I mean, you're just looking at these gorgeous images and sometimes a graphic that's about an event. So that's the sort of, it's a different interface, and it's for let's think of it as Facebook for the visual people. And, you know, we in Facebook think, oh, well, I post pictures all the time, but it's very texty. So every one of these to me, you know, then I go in and I've tagged this. I don't know if, can you see the pop-up?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, appreciating, here's my post with my description, and now I've got all these hashtags. And when, you know that there's Color Vowel cup of mustard, I can click on that, and now I'm off in another world of Color Vowel cup of mustard. And then I go to this post, and I go to the, what color do you hear? And now I'm over here. So you can just keep zooming all over the place, always finding more beautiful images related to our campaign. Was that too fast? It's fun. There's more flexibility in the phone-based app than there is on the desktop. So, I mean, I'm still just in real time reading a lot about this. And I think we've got some comments I want to raise here in case we've got some folks. Thanks for the comment on the beautiful shed. Vivian, I know, you know, you're in the room, and again, you're the digital native among us. Any comments or inaccuracies that you want to approach or help us out with?
No, I think to me that all sounded good, and I'm excited to see what everyone posts and to fill out the hashtags, kind of, because I feel like the hashtag Color Vowel Blue Moon, you know, it could use some more posts, and
yeah,
everything sounded great to me. Thank you, Laura.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
We do have, by the way, you know, over in Facebook, in the community in particular, we've got a section called Files. And in general, we'll be putting out lots of places where you can find the standardized hashtags. So like Laura and I will touch base and decide, is it cup of mustard or a cup of mustard? We'll figure out which one has been used most already, and then we'll stick with it and revise the others. I actually found out that from the phone, you can revise and drop tags. So that's good news. Okay.
I already don't know how to do it. See my phone? I took a picture of a mouse. And now, do I click on send to?
No, Liz, are you in Instagram?
Yeah.
Wait, so I think that is stories on Instagram. So Instagram's kind of confusing. Like on Facebook, they have stories too. So what you're trying to do right now, Liz, is post on your story, which is like a temporary post on Instagram. So exit out and then scroll to the right, like swipe right. No, not there, but just in the, yeah. And then now at the bottom, you can see the plus sign that Laura talked about.
There,
and then you have to like grant access, and then now you can post your pictures. Yeah.
Take a picture.
How do I take a picture now?
I think there's a camera.
It's not idiot proofed enough for me. Wait, hold on.
Everything has a little learning curve.
Yes, I know. My daughter is so frustrated with me for getting so frustrated. She's like, Mom, just calm down.
I mean, I usually take the picture and then it's saved to my library and then I post it. So I think that might be the easiest way for you to.
Well, me too.
Am I back in stories again?
Yeah, that's the wrong. Yeah, here Laura can show you.
Yeah, Laura.
Yeah, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
So if I just, you know, if I click into Instagram, I've got a regular feed. This is my friend Kevin. You know, there's pictures here, other friends that I follow. The very bottom is on the center, a plus sign. Can you see that?
Yeah. Right
above, right there. I'm gonna click there. And then you have a choice of either a live camera or your photo library. Now, those are my tulips that I took about an hour ago to show my aunt. So I can go through in the bottom here. These are all my photos of tulips that I took this morning. I can choose one of these. I will choose this one. But if you want to use your camera live, instead of this, see down here, this is the library. You can click photo. And where it says photo, it will take a live picture that's behind me. See, there's me.
Yeah.
So you can take a live picture or you can go into your library. So I'm going to go into my library, choose my photo of tulips, and then up here it says next, right up here.
Yeah.
I'm going to click that. And then you can do lots of filters.
Yes.
You can do funky filters here. You can choose something. Doesn't matter. Choose a filter if you want. And then you hit next again. And here is where the hashtag magic comes. There's a little thing that says say, or it says write a caption. Up here you can type in your hashtags or nothing at all. And then you have a choice. See, I have my personal page, and then I have color vowel, and then I have my pottery page. And what color do you hear? I have 4 different Instagram accounts. And at the bottom, you can choose to link to Facebook. So if I do this, it will post on my personal Instagram and my Facebook page. I don't really want it to go on my Facebook page, so I'm going to unselect that. And okay, I will do hashtag. If I start typing in what color do you
Waiting for it.
do you hear? There we go. Anyway, you can choose that hashtag. What color do you hear? And then I'll do color vowel. What should I do? Blue moon tulips.
Tulips.
Blue moon space tulips.
Hashtag color vowel blue moon space.
So I've got my hashtags there, and then you just hit OK. When it goes to OK, and then share, I guess.
Yeah.
And then my picture should come up in my feed. There we go. Okay.
So Liz, if you're super excited as others are, I think it's important to think about your accounts from the beginning. Like you're going to make a public account that you won't have any problem saying, sure, anybody can follow it, as opposed to a private account that you don't want everyone to see.
Well, I mean, I've had an account for years, but I don't know what to do with it. So I just took a picture. I just followed your directions, Laura, and I was able to take another picture of this mouse. And then when I did hashtag color vowel, all the categories popped up, and I just had to choose the right one, right? So I chose brown cat, hashtag color vowel brown cow, and then I did a space and I wrote mouse, and then I clicked next, and I guess it posted. But now it's also on my page, so all the people who are my friends are going, why did she just put a picture of her mouse on, right? Is that right?
That's why you want to have a teacher account.
Okay.
Because your friends are going to start thinking you're crazy.
Yeah, we need to call her. She's going off the...
This is my personal page that I like to put pictures of flowers on all the time. But again, my friends are like, why are you asking me what color I hear? So I'll probably move that. But, I did... I'm curating this, what color do you hear? And someone asked if you should have your students follow me. No, but you should have students follow me under the what color do you hear account. And that will all be nothing but images with hashtags all there and nothing distracting. So, Liz, you can create your own teacher account. If you don't think you're going to be doing this, but you want your students to engage, you can have them just follow what color do you hear, something like that.
Okay, thank you.
And if you don't want to do anything with Instagram, you don't have to create an account. You can simply go, here I'm pasting again the here in the chat. You could just go to that Instagram account and look through it, the what color do you hear account. And you can type in hashtags. You don't have to have an account to go in there and search around.
Right.
Okay. So all these things are possible. Gosh, everybody. This has been super fun, Laura. Thanks for leading us through all of this.
Sure. I can't wait to see your photos.
I don't have a personal life. Everything to me is color vowel. So I only have things that are tagged with what color do you hear in my account. And I may make it public because I keep trying to, I don't like to have so many accounts, but maybe we will. So thank you. I see lots of thanks over here from Lynn and Laura and everybody. Super
And
fun to be in
we
here.
didn't get Zoom bombed either. It
We
was
did
rather
not get
dull.
Zoom bombed. We're super cool with our security.
Hashtag super cool.
Hashtag super cool. We did have to compromise here. You know, we got a good number of people here today, and I'm glad to have everybody here. We will be making this a sign up in advance kind of thing. So, you know, for example, I know that Now joined us just minutes before we started. So it's not a long process to have to register. It's okay. But it will be a 2-step process from now on for the Fridays at 5. Okay. Coming up, what do we have coming up, Jennifer? She doesn't know.
Jennifer, I think she had to leave.
No,
Said
she's
she had
right
to
here
leave.
looking at me.
Oh, she is.
It's Friday. It's past 6 o'clock. I don't know.
Happy hour.
It's happy hour. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think our big announcements next week.
that's right. So I think our big announcement will be have a big caveat, but I'll tell you about Wednesdays at 1, okay? Because I really would like everyone to join me who can. On Wednesday at 1, I'm going to be leading a conversation about professional development conferences. And because it's been on my mind, you know, we had TESOL canceled, and any conference that you normally go to, COABE or AAAL or name 3 others that got canceled, we didn't go to any this spring. And we may find that the fall is canceled too. What's going to be happening with conferences? Well, some of them jump online and they just continue as they were going to the best of the ability that they can. But it's led me to start thinking about what I love and what I don't love about conferences. And so I'm starting to rethink, and it's by way of getting to the idea of a Color Vowel conference to have teachers share what they're doing in classrooms and to share just their insights as they continue teaching with the strategies we've developed. But before
Just told
we
you
talk about
the big
conferences.
announcement.
What'd you say? Oh, I know.
I said-
Well, you know, so Jennifer and I have been sort of brainstorming this idea of having a springtime Color Vowel conference. But I have to say, in my head, I have all these explosions about, well, how do we decide who presents? Is it completely open, or do we have any vetting? And how do we assure quality? And, you know, does there need to be quality, or should it just be democratic? And so these are the questions in my mind. And I have some very specific sort of topics I'd love to get your thoughts on Wednesday at 1. So that's what's happening on Wednesday at 1, is helping us vision what conferences can and should and might look like for ourselves, both in the online world and revisiting maybe what face-to-face conferences might feel like in the future.
Is that going to be a Zoom meeting? Because usually it's a one-way meeting.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've been using the webinar platform or Facebook Live. This time I'm going to be using also Facebook Live, I believe. Jennifer, I'm kind of pausing so you can step in and say we should use Zoom.
You created a live event for Wednesday.
Yeah. The only thing about our live event for Wednesday is that it's very one direction, and we created, oh, that's what we did. We created a Facebook Live event. That's right. So people can write in their thoughts, and I'll be reading in real time and talking about it. Maybe call it an appetite wetter. What do you call it? Like an appetizer of a Friday where we really interact like this.
Appetizer.
A teaser, thank you. It's a teaser. So I'll speak on a few points. I'll take comments. I'll incorporate them. It's a bit of a teaser, and then Friday at 5 will be this bigger conversation. And I really do want thoughts on this. It's like how, if you've studied with us or if you've been to our workshops at a conference, you know that there are specific techniques that we teach and certain things that we don't recommend that can be confusing or simply inaccurate for the learner. So if we're going to have a conference and share ideas, how do we ensure that what is presented in that conference is on a basic, same page methodologically? And at the same time, how do we keep it very open so that people feel welcomed to present? These are the questions I have for you. Becky, you're smiling. Did you want to say something, or are you going to continue smiling so beautifully?
No, I would just say I'm very excited about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear what people are doing and maybe even to share. So
Yeah. Becky's been coming down from Philadelphia time and again to DC to study with us. And so I know you're doing exciting things, as is now, who's dying to come back from Japan, right? All right. So that's a bit, Jennifer's going to scold me after this and tell me that I just let it all out, but that's how I am. So happy Friday, everybody.
Just
Go do the
pretend
thing
you're
that you,
surprised.
what'd you say?
I said, just pretend to be surprised next week, okay?
It's grandiose to think we're going to say, and we have it. I can barely get my kids online every day the way I have to. I am not running a conference 3 weeks from now. So, but we're going to start talking about it, and we'll see where it leads. I think there's some real exciting, some truly exciting potential there. Okay. So thanks for coming. Go do the thing. Yeah, do the thing you love on Friday night.
stay safe.
Thank you, Laura.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much, Laura. It was great.
Right. I think we should have drinks next Friday. Everybody should show up Friday at 5 with a cocktail.
All right. A beverage of your choice. A beverage of your choice. All
There you
right.
go. All
Thanks,
right.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.